Coco, what are you waiting for? Smells like lunch, maybe. Is that it? Don't move a muscle, maybe you'll get some. Okay, this is going to be as close as I can get to Mom's polenta recipe, baked polenta. So I've got my polenta ready, waiting for this to boil, the water. I did take a little liberty here, and I put a little bit of chicken bouillon in with the polenta water, because I think it'll go pretty good with the corn. I don't know. Anyway, then when this gets boiled and thick, once the polenta is put in and it gets thick, it'll get put into this buttered pan, get some chunks of cheese put into it, and then into the oven at 350 for an hour. Okay, in goes the polenta, and now it's just a matter of stirring continuously for, I don't know, 5-10 minutes or something until that starts to thicken up. And yeah, like I suspected, it's supposed to be ready in 8 minutes, but this is already starting here to thicken up, and it's not even been a minute yet. Let's turn that heat down a little bit there. Okay, and just keep it moving so it doesn't burn. Getting a little bit vigorous there. Okay, we're about there. Okay, now this pan's a little bit bigger than I had wanted to get, but it's what they had available. It's Pyrex, all buttered up nice so that the polenta doesn't stick. I wanted to get a pan that was a little bit, not quite this long, but the same, like a shortbread pan, which we'll find out sometime, because this is just going to make a little bit, it's not going to fill the pan up as much as I'd like to get a nice kind of loaf of polenta. Scrape the pan out here and see if we can coax a little more. Okay, and what did we get there? Almost up to half. I guess that won't be too bad. And we'll just spread that out a little bit there and get it smooth across the top, more or less. And then we're going to put the cheese in a certain way. All right. Here's how I've got my cheese cut. I'm putting it in this way, like along the line here, and along the length of it, so that when you cut it, it doesn't, so when you cut the cheese, or the loaf of polenta, that the cheese is exposed on the ends. And this is going to get pushed down in here a little bit here. Come on there, come on there. So that it's buried in the polenta. Okay, let me do this 2 hands. Okay, so I hope you can see this pretty well. The cheese is all running lengthwise like this, and I'm pushing it down in so it doesn't quite hit the bottom of the pan. I want it to be surrounded by the polenta, so when the polenta bakes, the cheese will sort of melt into it. So I'm pushing it right down below the surface a little bit, like this, down the surface, because I'm going to smooth over that surface that's sticking up above it there. Okay, it looks like all the cheese is down in there now. Okay, now, so I'm going to just smooth that polenta over there a little bit, and get that cheese covered up nicely. I should have probably set a little polenta aside, pour a second layer on top. That would have covered it up pretty good too. Okay, and it's almost all buried there now. Pretty good. A couple little bits where it's not. Okay, then the final thing before it goes in the oven is a good dose of shredded Parmesan on there. Okay, I missed the part here where we put it in the oven and baked it. I had a service guy come, plumber, to install a new faucet on the sink, whatever. But he turns out, he's Italian. He's an Italian plumber. He comes from out on the west coast by the sea there. And he tried the polenta. He said it was pretty good. He liked it. The sauce, he said, is very traditional with the peas and the tomato paste, or the tomato sauce. I'll make it in more detail in another video. I think I might have already made it once. It's really easy. He said maybe a little bit more garlic, but the polenta came out great. You let it cool a little bit before you slice it up so that you can see the cheese in the side of it there.